Yo, Raider Nation, how are you guys doing tonight? Welcome to another great episode of the Unfiltered Truth. I'm your host, Phil Jones, Phil Robinson. I was looking for him to have him join me today, but it sucks. It is what it is, Let me see something real quick. Let's see something. There we go. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. Anyway, so it's another Monday. There's a few things I wanted to try to dive in, but before we get started, so this is IE Sports 6th-year anniversary. I've been with them for a minute. I've been with them for about 5 years now, going back to 2016. I know everybody's here to listen to Raider content and whatnot, but I just want to take this moment right now and just give the network a huge shout out. These guys, Larry gave me my opportunity to get started, help me find a platform. I started with just doing an NBA show for college basketball and whatnot. And then that grew. And then, I was always doing special guests for pirate radio, started calling in and whatnot. So I was just like, you know what? I just feel like, hey, I want to try to get more Raider content out there. And I just said, hey, F it. Let's go on and have another Raider show. Let's go on and get another show that's going to speak the truth. Everybody's getting all the information they need. And Phil Robinson tagged along. We joined together. We got something good started. And then, we took the next step to being NFL media credentialed. Took our next step to being NCAA media credential. It's been a blessing. To get our start here at IE Sports Radio, because it just helped launch us to the next level on the door. I thank Larry and them. I really do. I thank Larry a lot. It's been a roller coaster. A lot of people are just like, man, how the hell did y'all get to this, and this? Just one step at a time. God is good. It was a blessing that we got to this part. We're not done yet. We're here to bring you guys more and even better content. Hopefully, we'll be looking to add a few more Raider players onto the podcast. Had Lynn Baldwin Jr., if you guys weren't able to catch that, I know I still have this on the YouTube channel. I have it on the IE Sports radio page. You want to listen to audio, it's on Spotify. You guys can catch all of our shows on a lot of the major platforms. Just look for the Unfiltered Truth. So that being said, man, hey, let's go on and get this started. So I've been very interested in looking into the Raiders roster for this 2020 season. Now, we look at all the upgrades that we got within the draft. We look at the upgrades that we got in free agency. And I'm just going to say this. It looks good on paper. But we always have to come down to the point, are they going to put guys in the right position to succeed? Is our coaching staff going to get things done correctly? I mean, those are the things we're always going to look at. Now, I know, granted, there's a good handful of us that have a problem with seeing how Derek Carr has not hit the trigger on going deep a lot. I know there's some folks that are like, well, Derek Carr has gotten this, he's gotten that. So my whole thing is this. Derek Carr now has, and I'm hitting on offense first, you guys. So Derek Carr now has Tyrell Williams. He has Henry Ruggs III. He has Hunter Renfrow, Zay Jones. He had Brian Edwards. Let's see. He has Darren Waller. He has Lynn Bowden Jr., he has Foster Moreau, he has Jason Witten, for old God's sakes. He has a lot of weapons now where he can get the job done. So when you go here and look down at the roster, I mean, there's still other guys that are potential, like camp bodies and probably be on practice squad or whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, when you look closely, you can have Derek Carr over 4,000 yards. See, the thing about it, when you look at him starting, we're going to see some slants. We're going to definitely see screens. I mean, let's be real. But the percentage of him throwing deep, it's going to increase. It's just whether or not he's going to hit on it. He's going to have to escape out of the pocket a couple times. There's going to be some edge rushers that the Raiders are going to have to face that Derek cannot be hesitant. But the best thing about it, you have a running back that should have been Rookie of the Year, and that is Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs looked to get like another 1,000-yard season, and you have a better number 2 back right there, and Lynn Bowden Jr. And yeah, I'm calling him the number 2 back because Lynn Bowden, I'm going to tell you this, the boy's strong. The boy has the speed running a 4.38. So speed and power together, that's a nasty combination. We all know that. And then, yeah, you do have Jalen Richard. Jalen Richard, when he wants to be strong, he can be strong. And then you look at right there with that offense, you also have Alec Ingold. And I think you're going to see Alec Ingold a little bit more on this roster where he's going to get the ball handed to him. And we're going to see more, I don't know, Spider 2 banana. So for the tight end position, I think there's going to be times where we're going to end up, oh yeah, Devontae Booker. Yeah, he just officially signed today. I can't really hit on that. Steinbach, I think that's going to be a camp body right there. And then Rod Smith, that could just be another camp body as well. But when I look at your 3 running backs right there, then you also look at, Alec Ingold. They're good. They're set. But coming down to the tight end position with the additions of Waller, Foster Moreau coming back from off the IR with the Achilles injury, and then you also have Jason Witten. You look at it, and then you're starting to think, okay, with Witten there, you could do multiple things. We're gonna probably see 3 tight end sets where you're gonna have either Witten, Foster, Moreau, like they're gonna stay in block. One of them's gonna stay in block and then release, or just one stays in block just to give extra support. And then you look at Darren Waller's gonna be lined up maybe out wide. We saw it last year; it was solid. Teams had problems defending it. And then you now look at this 3 tight end combination, because I know a lot of people say we still have Derek Carey on the roster, but I'm just going to be real here. He's the odd man out. If you want to look at the roster right here, he's the odd man out. Now, a lot of people say Jason Witten's old as dirt, but Jason Witten last year had over 500 yards, still had about 4 or 5 touchdowns. Not bad. We're going to use him a lot more in the red zone. He's going to be a threat. And you know what? Teams are going to be running back and forth, whether or not, damn, do we go and cover Witten? Do we worry about Waller? Now you have defenders worrying about multiple tight ends to cover that are pretty damn good. They're not just subpar. These are good tight ends that we have on this roster. And that's why I say I'm optimistic about what we can see going forward in the 2020. We can be a high-scoring offense, a high-powered offense as it is. And I'm going to be real. I know I've had my doubts with Carr, but damn it, Carr can succeed with this offense. He has to do his job. All he's got to do. Don't hesitate, think, do it, throw it, boom. That's it. We have to score more in the red zone. You know that we are ranked 24th. That's got to go up. We got to get from out of 24, we should be in the top 10 this year. And like I said, yes, it looks good on paper. They have the virtual courses going on for all the players on the team. This is somewhat challenging, maybe somewhat challenging for a lot of the players, but they're going to have to get this done. They're going to have to just go above and beyond and, hey, do your job. And they can do that. A lot of the guys that Mike Mayock and John Gruden brought onto this roster, they are smart. They are intelligent. They know what they're doing. So we're going to be all right. But like I said, looking at the tight end position going forward, they're going to really, when I mean they're going to really succeed, they're going to succeed to the fullest to where this is going to be a nice threat going forward all the way until December and into January. Because you know what? There's going to be times where, damn, my receivers, they might be struggling to get open. Hey. Dan, yeah, I feel that Foster's going to be ready. He's saying, from what I'm hearing, Foster Moreau is saying that he's ready to go and he's ready to get back to business, man. So, hey, we're going to have him ready. You're going to have Witten ready, and you already got Darren Waller ready. So that's going to be fun to watch. Now we come down to our receivers. I'm going to go back to the receivers again. Tyrell Williams, he had about 600 some yards last year. I don't have all my numbers right in front of me like I usually do. Sorry about that, you guys. But he had about 600 some yards. You look at Hunter Renfrow coming in year 2 within this offense. Yeah, I'm just working out. But looking at Renfrow and you're looking at Tyrell Williams, I'm going to tell you this. I know some people will worry about the drops, but I believe that the drops will be reduced. I think he had about 5. I think he had 5 or 6. And I think that's going to end up getting reduced down to 3 to 4. It's going to happen. I mean, that's something that's in Tyrell's nature. Maybe he can break out of it. I believe he can. Then you also have Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs, I'm going to tell you this. You're going to see a lot of jet sweep. We will see some bubble screens. We're going to see him do a lot of flanks. And when he does that flank, that's going to freeze up a lot of guys because you don't know whether or not Derek Carr is going to throw it early or he's going to give it the time and launch it deep. So that will freeze a defender from freezing the safety and to whoever's covering the flats. There's folks that I'm also reading the comments section, you guys. So let's see. I'm gonna just jump to the comments real quick. Where's Robinson? Yeah, Robinson's at work, bruh. So it's just me tonight. I'm running solo. Matt, you said Jones heard Tyson was coming back and said he ain't taking no crap today. Hey, bro, I don't know, man. Mike Tyson, man, he came back on a whole different level. Ruggs will help Waller and Renfrow a lot. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think everybody being in sync, not just Ruggs, I think the whole receiving core, because these guys are intelligent and they're understanding and comprehension of a route tree is solid. So it's not just going to be Ruggs. It's going to be Edwards. Zay Jones can get open and he can free up a lot of things for Waller. He can free it up for Renfrow, even Ruggs. Or it could be vice versa. So we're going to see a lot out of these receivers. We're going to see him wide open 20 yards downfield, and Carr's going to throw it in the ground. Hey, word is, I'm going to just say this. From what I've been hearing, Carr better not throw it in the ground, or it is his job. That's from what I'm hearing. So Carr's going to be looking to sling. Why do you think I've been seeing the videos of him slinging it about 60 yards deep? Goal post challenge. Yeah, you better start slinging them. Sling them deep. Nothing low. Keep them high. Or keep them just right. Ruggs can be for us what AB could have been. Yeah. You know, I'm going to be real with you guys. I mean, Ruggs is actually faster than AB. Okay? And Kev's not hating. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen that there's been some duds in the ground. You know, you've had analysts call it out. And the reason, if you really study the analytics to it, I mean, y'all want to be legit. The reason why his percentage is high as best deep passer, because they're very limited. Now, if they were high, you know, he's throwing multiple deep passes, you know, they're probably going to be sitting around 50, being the balance, or, you know, he's going to be a high percentage deep passer. But the fact of the matter is, he hasn't taken that many deep shots. That's why the percentage has him as one of the best deep passers. So you got to really look into it. You can look at that high percentage number, but you got to look at the details to why he's gotten to that point. It's not hate. Yeah, he's taking less attempts. That's it. And when you take less attempts and they're all on point, like, okay, he went 4 for 4 on deep passes, or maybe he's went 8 for 10 all through the entire season on deep passes. I mean, what do you expect? But the fact is, we have to see more from Derek Carr going deep this year. It's going to be asked for, so he has to deliver. Simple as that. So the whole thing, and I know I'm jumping off a little bit of topic. I just want to clarify this right now. It's not hate. It's just fans want the best for this team. They want to win. That's numero uno. Everybody wants this team to win and to succeed. Starts with the coaching staff. It starts with your quarterback. Starts with your defense executing. You know, those are things really just executing. That's the key thing. On each and everybody that is on that team, they have to execute. Carr definitely has to execute. The 4,054 yards, you know, anybody can get that. Anybody can. Since you want to be all jokey over here, I mean, let's be real here. Your quarterback got taken by the Eagles before you. There, I said it. So you got to work with what you got. So since you can't get your quarterback, what do? We're going to keep loading up on receivers. Easy as that, all right? So this whole Carr bash, Carr stance, let's tone this shit down. I'm getting tired hearing it. It gets a little old on both sides. We're going to sit here. We're going to wait for the season to start. And it's just going to come down to whether or not is he going to execute and get the job done, or, you know, you got to look to Mariota. Klassen, how do you know that they weren't looking at a quarterback and didn't have it on the board? Were you in John Gruden's house? Tell me that. If you can, let's start talking about it. Moving on. So, this receiving core, hey, I see the Raiders Hey, I see two guys getting 1,000 yards again. And I do see your tight end getting 1,000 yards. So, like I said, Derek Carr can go above and beyond with this offense. Shit, I even say Mariota can go above and beyond with his offense as well. But when it comes to third downs, we can't be going 3 and out. Okay, going 3 and out on third downs has been a pain in the ass for this team. It's been a thorn in this team, and this is why we're stuck either punting or we're settling for field goals. And there's been plenty of games from going back from last year that we dealt with that. And, you just got to ball that up and throw it over your shoulder and get rolling. That's the thing. That's why I said we got to just stop dwelling on the past. We're here for the future. We're here for week 1, going to Carolina. And I'm going to tell you guys this. We got to win in Carolina, because if we lose in Carolina, we're going to be the laughing joke of the NFL again. So y'all don't want that. Anywho, so we look at the offensive line now, because I'm just telling you this. Like I said, the Raiders receiving core is downright solid this year. It was good last year. We took another step up, and it was just like, hey, we got speed. We got guys that can body defenders. This is what we wanted. This is what we needed. We got bullies on offense at skill positions. Think about that. You have bullies at running back, wide receivers, and tight end, willing to run right in your face and just whoop your ass. I love it. Now we come down to the offensive line. You got Colton Miller as your starter. You have Richie Incognito. You got Rodney Hudson. We have Gabe Jackson still here. And we have Trent Brown. When you look at this starting lineup right here, the offensive line, we look at 2018. 2018 was hot mess with the O-line, giving up a lot of sacks. But granted, there was a lot of injuries that were going on. Then we look at now, when we looked at 2019, Tom Cable did one hell of a job with getting this offensive line straightened out, in check. And there was depth. Colton Miller, he turned it around. He was like, look, I was injured, but I'm here to bounce back. Let's get the job done. And he did a solid job. He did a solid job for year 2. Trent Brown came in and he manhandled J.J. Watt. You literally saw him pick J.J. Watt up and dangle him around like it was Thanos and Thor. Dropped him. Loved it. Gabe Jackson wasn't fully healthy. He had that early injury. Then we got him back, and then it was just like he was just iffy. He was just 50-50. So you bring back Denzel Good. So you got him back. And then the thing about having him back, if Gabe was to fall and get injured again, then we got somebody that can step in and handle the job. And I also like Andre James. He came in for Rodney Hudson. And I'm going to tell you this. That boy is going to be able to step in at guard, or he can step in and play center. He needed a little bit of work at center. That was his first time playing it. But I'm going to tell you this. The depth that we have on this offensive line is going to be key going forward this season. Richie Incognito. And we also drafted I believe his name, John Simpson from Clemson. That's potentially Richie Incognito's replacement. Hold on real quick, you guys. Thought I had Phil Robinson joining me. Sorry about that. No. Looking at Simpson possibly being a replacement for Richie Incognito, I'm going to tell you guys this. That would be that'd be solid. He needs a little bit of work, need a little bit of touch up, but him to step in and replace Richie Incognito once he's ready to retire, because I'm going to say this, Incognito looks like he can still go. So I think when you hear Mayock talk about long term for the future, he's already put things into place. When you look at your running back, you look at the offense, you got a lot of young guys right there to where, Incognito's getting old. Rodney Hudson's getting old. Gabe Jackson, he can't really stay 100% healthy. So right there, 2, 3, 4 years from now, these guys can come in and take care of business. And that's what you want to see. When you have guys set up for the future because you built through the draft and you built through a little bit of free agency, and that's not a problem. It's how you place these guys in the positions to succeed. Is, do you have the right formula to succeed? And once you have that, damn it, you can do so much. So much. And you look at what Tom Cable's been able to put together. The Raiders can do so much. So much. Yes, Kev, yes. It comes down to coaching in the end. You can have all these players plugged in for the future. It's how you develop them. And if Tom Cable can continue to develop them, like I said, you saw how Colton Miller came in for year 2, got things going. You look at how Denzel Good had to get plugged in and do little things. A lot of people worry about, I don't know, Denzel Good can handle a starting position, do this and that. And then you look at how, I'm going to be real, the one struggle has been Brandon Parker. But you look at one guy that we had seen was David Sharp. Now, David Sharp, it ain't sexy, it ain't pretty, but it's good enough. And he's gotten better. That's why the Raiders brought him back. Like I said earlier, Andre James came in, never played center. Was actually Colton Miller's replacement at UCLA. And they kicked him inside. Was on beat. And I love it. We have so much to look forward to on offense. It's if the formula is correct. It's like chemistry. I mean, everybody calls John Gruden a mad scientist. You call some of these top head coaches a mad scientist because they have to plug and play to see if they can find the right chemical balance for their offense or maybe their defense. And, that goes for their coordinators too. And literally what I see here, they just need look like they just need some few pieces to add in, some contingency plans to add in. So the Raiders can succeed going forward in the future as well. So right now we're coming down to the defense. You got Farrell, you have Crosby on the edge. Inside, you got Malik Collins, you got Maurice Hurst, you still got PJ Hall, you got Jonathan Hankins. So when I look at that, here's my thing. That's going to need, and we all talked about the defense. And there's been needed work for a handful of years now. I know you guys said, I know you guys be sitting at the damn TV cussing up a storm like he's getting knocked on his ass. He's ass. He's trash. I hear everybody calling me saying, man, your boy, man, what's going on, man? He's ass. He got pushed back. Come on, man. And I'm just like, good gosh. Look. You look at these guys that we brought in. You look at what Crosby can do. Crosby can play at a high level, and he was considered raw talent. You look at Cleveland Farrell. I know everybody was like, you know, he should have got at least 8 sacks. He should have got this. He should have got that. But that didn't happen. Few things you got to look in with Farrell. And I'm not trying to really make an excuse, but when you have something like this, that shit can really throw you off. Farrell was sick. You got a stomach bug, and you got the flu, and you're trying to play football. That shit is hard as hell for anybody that's played football in college or high school, and you're trying to play with the flu or a stomach bug. That shit is not the same. And then you also got to look, Cab's on point right here, man. He played out of position. You had him playing inside. So you're not going to get what you want out of your first round pick. Exactly. Losing weight as well. You losing weight playing at defensive end, going against one of them big ass offensive tackles. I mean, what do you expect? So now you got year 2. You put on some weight. You really put on some muscle, especially down below the waist. Work on your legs, your calves. You want to put on muscle there. Get a little bulky. And I'll say this. I believe Farrell probably get you about 8 to 10 sacks this year. And I'm just going to say this. You can do it. It's possible. He can do that. Somebody believes in Farrell, and I love it. I'm looking at the comments here. You guys believe in Farrell. You know, he needs that. We know what we got in Max Crosby, Mad Max. He's a hell of a player. Now this is the best thing about it. Having Malik Collins from Dallas and having Maurice Hurst inside. Both of these guys have speed. Both of these guys have the strength. You knew that Maurice Hurst had about 4.5 sacks and still dealt with a handful of double teams this past year. Now you got Collins right there. I'm gonna say this. This front 4 is gonna be nasty. And then when you add Jonathan Hankins, who I'm just loving it. I'm loving that he's lost a couple pounds. He's adding muscle. He's getting in good shape. And now you're going to put him inside to stop the run. That's going to be nasty. When I tell you, now that you have that supporting group, that rotational group, Oh, I was gonna get the NASA, man. I'm gonna get the NASA. I'm not done. I just want to get my starters out of the way. But yeah, you have that group right there. That's gonna be hella solid. And yes, when you add NASA in that group, smart guy, coming off the edge, he can play outside linebacker as well. And when you see that, you're like, damn. You know, do you want to just kind of be crazy, add a little bit of some mixed packages where you can, I don't know, maybe look at a 3-4 front at times? You can go have NASA play a little bit of linebacker. He can actually drop back. He's not like how Benson Mayo was dropping back, but NASA can drop back. All right. But hopefully we're not saying that a lot. Hopefully we're seeing NASA rushing off the edge with Max Crosby and causing chaos. And that's what we need. We need to create chaos. We are building a bully on defense. Now, you look at this defense right here. We are building a true defense. And that's what the Raiders needed. We go to the linebackers now. I know you guys been waiting to jump on this. Littleton, Kwiatkowski, Tanner Muse. I'm just thinking about that front right there. Tanner Muse running about a 4-4-1 at linebacker. You also got Corey Littleton that's running about what? I think he's running like what, a 4.8? I think 4.5. That's speed right there. Kwiatkowski, I believe he ran a 4.6. You had that in the middle right there. That's what the Raiders need. And the one thing with these linebackers having the speed, and one solid thing we need, we know they can handle, two of the guys, I know they can definitely handle the run. I feel like Littleton may need a little bit of work on run support. We might not see him that much when it comes down to like run support. I know definitely Tanner Muse will definitely see Kwiatkowski and Nicholas Morrow come in. We might see a little bit of rotation. Oh, let me not forget Javin White. They converted him from safety down to linebacker, and damn, I can't believe he didn't get drafted. That kind of irritated me right there. With these linebackers that we have, we're not going to be having a midget cover a tight end. And that's been the one problem that we've been seeing. Been having your small little safety running at 5'9", 5'10". No offense, Midget Hammer. But you know, we're seeing all these little small safeties like Carl Joseph, or you got Nevin Lawson coming down to cover us a tight end, and then you also have LaMarcus Joyner covering a tight end. Now, granted, he did have a couple of little wows, but still, the fact of the matter is, I need a guy that's about 6'2", 6'3", cover the tight ends. I need them to be height level, just height level, and be able to just hit. I want them to hit Travis Kelce, Hunter Henry, Noah Fant. Hit them. Hit them in the throat. And I'm going to tell you this. Having guys to be able to have the speed and that can just take the tight end off his route is solid. I want you guys to, if you guys can think right now, go back and think to when we played Kansas City back in 2017. That Thursday night game had that replay down with nothing on the clock. But before that, we had Bruce Irvin covering Travis Kelce. And when he was covering Travis Kelce that game, it was like that second half, Travis Kelce disappeared. You need to get a guy that can get physical with these tight ends. These tight ends, they try to run like middle of the pack wide receivers with their speed. You got to get a linebacker or one of these big ass safeties that we got now to get up in their grill. Once you do that, that changes everything. Especially, look, we need to beat Kansas City this year. We need to beat them either once or twice. And we don't beat them one of these times, it's still going to be a never-ending problem. Defensively and offensively, we need to beat them. But sticking on the defense right now, I feel that Tanner Muse is going to be able to pick up this defense, especially at linebacker. You're going to see him, and I'm glad that we're going to have Javin White back there with him. That's speed that we need. That's strength that we need right there. But just looking at linebackers as a whole, this was something that the Raiders needed for God knows how many years. You guys know it. About what? 5, 6, 7, 8 years, basically. Nah, take the back. Let's just go. Let's go about 10 to 12 years. That's a long time not addressing the linebacking core. Not being able to address that. This is why the defense is. That's part of the reason why your defense is looking like shit. And when you're not addressing those key positions, what do you expect? You're on your knees praying that you got a linebacker like Tahir Whitehead trying to make a stop on, I don't know, 3rd and 13, and he's just giving up so much space right there to the point, damn, we just gave another first down, but we had them. Pressure was coming, but your linebacker could not cover. That's another thing about these linebackers that we have. They can cover. That's something we haven't had since Howard. God rest his soul. We haven't had a linebacker since Howard that could cover. Now you got Kwiatkowski, Littleton, Tanner Muse, Javin White. I'm a little iffy 50-50 with Nicholas Morrow at times. But to have that for that back end of the defense, knowing that your D-line can go and do what they need to do because your linebackers can now cover guys from the flats, running the under. Some of your linebackers can drop back and defend a little bit of a crossing route. And that's something that the Raiders need to be able to compete in this league. If you're not having linebackers that can cover these guys, then you're screwed. You're screwed right off the point. But now the Raiders addressed it. Mike Mayock was like, the hell with this. And I'm going to be real. I feel like when I look at these linebackers, I feel like Rod Marinelli had a voice in this. Because let's be real here. We're in year 3. And for the past 2 years, I look at the linebackers that Paul Gunther brought in, and it ain't it. But you look at the linebackers, all of a sudden, that come in, and we all, especially drafting that high, and then you have Rod Marinelli coming in. He likes linebackers that can hit and have speed. What have you seen out of Dallas's linebackers? They can hit and they have speed. Keep an eye on that with Marinelli. We come to our secondary. We have Johnson. You got Mullen. You got Arnett. You got Keyshawn Nixon. You got Nevin Lawson. you're looking at these guys right here. Okay. We trying to figure out who's going to be starting. We know that Mullen's going to start. Mullen's going to be your number one. All right. They haven't brought in any top veteran corners. I believe that they have full confidence in the corners that they drafted. So you got Mullen right there. You draft another first-round corner and Damon Arnett. And you guys heard me with the comparison with that. I've said Arnett reminds me of Aqib Talib, and then you look at after day 2 of the draft, you hear John Gruden say the same damn thing. He reminds you of Aqib Talib. So, yeah, you're going to have Mullen and Arnett starting. And I'm glad that me and Gruden on the same page with that comparison. I was like, my heart just dropped. I was like, he sees the same thing. Everybody was saying Darius Slay. Who the hell? Oh, man, I laughed on that Darius Slay comparison. But anywho, you still have Johnson. A lot of people forget Johnson got hurt last year, and then he dealt with another injury towards the end of the season. I think that's why they went on and just kept him deactivated. I think we're going to end up seeing Johnson a little bit more. So I'm going to say this. If Johnson can drop back and play a little bit of a slot, I would love it. Now, people are saying that, yeah, and we've heard it before that you're going to have LaMarcus Joyner playing the slot. To be honest, once you start seeing Joyner getting cooked like barbecue, we're going to end up seeing a change. And they're going to give Joyner a choice. Either sit on the bench or get back there at safety. That's the only way you're going to be on this field. And I feel like that's going to happen. If he can't step up and handle the slot, giving them all them damn yards, God, that didn't make no damn sense. But you have him drop back at safety. That would be great. But I wouldn't mind seeing Johnson get up in the slot and have Joyner drop back at safety. And then we got Nevin Lawson. This year, I call him the poor man DJ Hayden without the injuries. I haven't forgot about a Mick. I'm going to get to a Mick. Yeah, you got a Mick Robertson. Yeah, he can play the slot. But the thing with a Mick Robinson, I feel like they're going to give him a little bit more time to develop. Will he be, if you run some dime packages, you're going to see him as your fourth corner coming. You run some quarter packages, run some sub packages, he's going to come in. Yeah, he's a dog. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all. But you're going to see him. They're going to just make sure they develop him right. Now, if he's burning and cooking guys in camp, taking care of business, hey, go right on ahead and start. Take that slot. I love it. But I'm looking at what the Raiders have already. Then you also got Keyshawn Nixon. We got pieces. We got guys that can step up. You know what, Matt? Arnett or Mick they play some slot in college, even if you have to solely keep Johnson on. Yeah, that's an option. Yeah, you can do that. Having Arnett probably play the slot and then have Johnson kick out to the outside at times. I don't know, because I'm going to say this. But then again, I don't know, man. Arnett going to look at you like, hell no. you're going to look at Arnett, and Arnett's going to say, I want the outside. Arnett, that's another dog. Man, see, this is the thing. This is the best thing about it with this defense now. You want to see that guy and that guy and that guy because you know one guy's good, the other guy's good, that guy's good. That's what I want on this defense. I want to be like, damn, I want to see him, then I want to see that guy. They got a wolf pack. They have a nasty ass wolf pack, and I love it. I love it. Then you got your safeties. You got Jeff Heath. You have Jonathan Abram. You have Eric Harris. Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody. I just literally had a brain fart. But you're looking at these safeties right now. I'm gonna just be like, oh yeah, Randall. Damn, that's something. Thanks. But come get ready to wrap this up. But just looking at your safeties right now. Now, Randall, that's another guy that can come down and play the slot. And then the other thing with Randall, he can play outside corner, but what he did back in college at Arizona State, he was better playing the safety position. I know people seen video of him in Cleveland last year. Wasn't too good. Looked a little bit better in Cleveland the following year, with just too much turmoil going on this past season. But I think Randall can bounce back, or you might just see him in multiple packages. You might see him come in some sub packages. You still have Abrams. Abrams going to drop back and move around right over there. I think you end up seeing Heath come down into the box, who I would prefer to come down in the box, and then have Abrams back at free safety. Thank you. Gunther has no excuse. Thank you. Thank you. But yes, Marinelli, we got to watch out for. And you know what? The other thing about it, I know some people were like, we didn't get a safety in the draft. Let's be real here. Jonathan Abrams really played one game last year. You know, this is our rookie for this year, in my opinion. So, that being said, this is one thing about the Raiders defense. They're young. We have a lot of guys in their 20s. I think probably like 2 or 3 guys that are in the 30s. Now, I know I didn't say a few guys. I didn't say P.J. Hall or Arden Key. P.J. Hall, he's on notice. He's on notice big time. He needs to put up or shut up. The fact that we brought you in as a second-round pick and you're not delivering, you're going to get cut. And I know Rob Marinelli, he's a hard-nosed, he's a tough-ass son of a bitch. Respect for him, especially a military veteran. He ain't having that bullshit. He going to break his foot in his ass. So P.J. Hall's going to need to step up. Arden Key's going to need to step up. Said he put on all that weight, and you didn't see that last year. He still looked like a frail piece of chicken that you find in the back at a daggone housewarming party or some shit. That little frail chicken wing. That's what Arden Key looked like. Arden Key looked like someone hadn't fed him in months. Man, look. He needs to either put on some weight or he's gone. Or he better learn how to play a little bit of linebacker. But the Raiders are in a position to where they can dominate up front on the offensive side and the defensive side. The Raiders can dominate at the skill position. The Raiders have dogs. They have a wolf pack on defense. Shit, you know what? I even say the same thing on offense because all those guys that you got on offense at your skill position, they're tough. They're nasty. Because I'm going to tell you this. After Hunter Renfrow took them hits against the Jets, punctured lung and whatnot, and then came back, he's a tough son of a bitch. So I'm going to tell you guys this. You look at this team is coming in to the 2020 season as dogs. They're now a wolf pack. They're going to do something that we've been waiting to see for a long time. They're going to execute. I'm going to keep preaching this. They're going to execute. They're going to show the world that they can get the job done. They're going to show the world that they are not to be fucked with. They're going to show the world that this defense is going to shut down Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I said it. I know somebody's like, hold on now, calm down, Phil. They can do it. You just can't hesitate. You can't be wishy-washy. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it. But you better make sure you do it right. That's the whole thing to it. I know, yeah, Kev, I knew you were going to say, pump the brakes, hold on now. But they can do it. You go back and look at the film, you're like, damn, they could have scored there, right there. They could have scored there. Oh, they could have stopped them right there. They could have stopped them right there. If you go back and look at the film on some of the stuff, that's all you got to do. Yeah, let's all wait and see. We'll get the training camp. But, hey, going to wrap up the show right now. Hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. You guys are the best. I love you guys. You guys missed the show. You can catch it on YouTube. You guys can catch it on Spotify. I'll repost the show where you guys can catch the links. Catch me on Twitter, Phil Jones NFL. It's the end of Unfiltered Truth. You guys take care. God bless. I am out.